Hello everyone. So today we'll discuss about overview of ERP, and as a part of today's agenda, so we'll discuss what is ERP and significance for business, modules and its functionalities, benefits of ERP, and in the coming videos we will be discussing about the career opportunities as a ERP consultant and what all ERPs are there. So how to choose career as a ERP consultant. So ERP is it's the full form of ERP is enterprise resource planning. So ERP is nothing but a software, so which is used by the multiple companies and most commonly used in the manufacturing, production, service-based industries. So let's say if you start any business, you will have a number of departments to take care, like accounts payable team, general ledger team, accounts receivable, customers, vendors, payments, HR team. Lot of departments will be there, right? So in order to maintain that, in order to record the transactions, it is always suggested to have a centralized system rather than using multiple softwares. Let's say earlier we used notebooks and Excel sheets. In case if your organization is a bit small, you can use an if it is let's say if you take example of a retail store, it is a very small retail store. They can maintain a physical books where they can write the vendor details, customer details if there are any balances. But if your business is too big, let's say you got some 10-15 branches and you got multiple departments, multiple locations, so you need to have a centralized software where you can see the details. If you're a owner of a company, it is always suggested to have an ERP where you can access to all the information related to your business in a single click. So how is that possible? Is with the help of ERP. So it is going to integrate, as we were discussing, right? So multiple business processes will be there in any of the business. If you're into manufacture, let's say example of if you're into any chocolate manufacturing company, a number of departments will be there. You need to procure the raw materials, there will be manufacture, the production team will be there, dispatching team will be there, track, sales and marketing team will be there. So a lot of teams are there, so they have their own activities to on as per their role, right? So all these transactions, all their activities has to be monitored, or transactions has to be recorded. At the end of the day, any business that you're going to do is to ascertain the profit and loss. So in order to have uh, you know uh, a centralized system where you can see the details, what is happening with the accounts receivable, what is happening with the accounts payable, vendors payments, customer payments, orders related, and where the stock inventory related. So if you want to do any sales, if you want to run any marketing campaign or any ads, right, you need to have enough stock. So you need to have real-time updates on the stock. If you take an example of Amazon, Flipkart, so they run the market, they run ads, right? And as soon as they receive an orders, sometimes you might be seeing the product is out of stock. How is that happening from the back end? Is in a system, in a software, they are going to update the inventory details. So a number of departments you can visualize. If you are starting any business, you can see a number of such departments, right? So it is always necessary to have a proper ERP to ensure that your business is running as per your requirement. So as we were discussing the important or the significance for any business, if you the most important is to streamline. You should know what all departments are doing and what is their roles and responsibilities if you want to pull the reports. All right. So you need to have a proper ERP, and this is most important to have a reports. And the next is the visibility. So if you do not have the real-time visibility, how can you plan for the marketing? And if you want to run any business, obviously you will do some digital marketing nowadays, right? So you need to have a proper stock. So without having any proper stock, you cannot just go on a, let's say, even while repeatedly you, I mean, as soon as you started doing the marketing, you will receive the sales orders from the customers. You need to have a real time update. Let's say you got some 100 quantity, maximum orders that you can take is only 100, not more than that. So immediately you should have an access to your system, or it should show you a real time reports stating that as soon as the orders are placed. All right, so now it is necessary that you need to plan your inventory before you do any sales or anything. So that is something we'll call it as a real time data visibility. And the standardization, it's a see, as there are certain roles and responsibilities which are already defined for each and every department. If you let's say example retail store is there. So in the retail store, the a number of employees will be there. the warehouse team will be there. So you are going to define the roles and responsibilities, what all he has to do. A cashier is going to accept the payments from the customers. His role is defined. So access to be given to cashier is only to accept the payments or to generate an invoice. So these all setups that we have to do it in specific module wise. On a number of such departments will be there, right? All such departments ERP is going to consolidate. So any transaction that you're doing, any transaction that you're posting in is accounts receivable or accounts payable, any fixed assets, because we are going to discuss what all modules will be there in the coming slides or in the coming videos. But all these are necessary for an ERP to define the ERP before you choose any ERP, right? So all these things you should keep in mind. There are a lot of ERPs which doesn't supports the size of your business, right? So you will have to ensure that the list of the activities that you're going to do, and the ERP is going to support all such activities or any such features, functionalities that you're looking. And maybe today you have got 10 branches, maybe 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line you're going to your business is going to grow, right? So definitely you need to have an ERP which can accommodate the requirements of your future as well. So consistently you should keep on doing the research, or you should consistently should keep on doing the changes. So these are most of the modules, like finance department, as we were discussing, who take care of general ledger transactions. They prepare the financial reports, right? So like BNL, balance sheet. And purchasing department is it, manufacturing department, MRP, inventory management, CRM, sales and marketing, and e-commerce. Nowadays most of the companies, as soon as they start the business, immediately they are going to look for the e-commerce, that is for the online orders, either website or mobile application, that you might have seen that one. So ERP should have a capability of integrating the e-commerce as well. And service related industries will be there, like any Wi-Fi providing companies will be there. So they do not hold any stock or something. Apart from that, like routers or any other wiring related, they mostly focus on the service related industries, right? Training centers will be there, a lot of institutes will be there. So the most of them, they focus on the service related and costing related. If it is a proper manufacturing production companies, they need to have a proper costing system as well. And the project management, if you're into real estate constructions, you can see they have a number of projects, right? That will call it as a project management accounting. And HR, so irrespective of the business that you're going to do, if it is HR department is mandatory, right? HR, I mean, to ensure that the employees details are well maintained and their salaries are credited on time and their leave balances are correctly updated. So within HR also there are a number of activities. And apart from all these rest of the modules, nowadays the most commonly used, or it is essential, it is not used, it becomes an essential for any business. That's analytics and reporting. Analytics and reporting is, in simple words, on a real time updates you need to have it. So let's say you got 100 branches in your business. In a single click, you should be able to see what is the stock that is available for the laptop. HP laptop, if you search in your, let's say if it is integrated with your e-commerce website and your mobile application, as soon as you search the laptop and model number in all entire 100 warehouses, right? How much stock is available on single click, you should be able to see that. That is something which happens with the help of this analytics and reporting from back. So these are few transactions, or that most commonly used transactions in any of the modules, that is finance modules, which mostly focuses on handling the financial transactions. If you're doing any payments to vendors, receiving any amount from the customers, any payments, any transactions that are happening within across these modules, right? Indirectly, they are connected with the finance module itself. And the most important is to generate the reports. For any business, the main aim is to make the profit. How will you evaluate whether you are making the profit or not? That is with the help of the finance module itself. I- In ERP, we need to remember too the terminology that we are going to use it for the rest of the other modules apart from this finance module is the sub ledger modules. Ledger, general ledger, and the sub ledger module. Sub ledger modules are like HR module, inventory management, production planning, right? Accounts payable, accounts receivable, all these modules will call it as sub ledgers. So we are going to any ERP that integrates the sub ledger module with the general ledger module will give you the standard reports. And it is this is how the ERP works, right? It is going to connect all the sub ledger modules with the general ledger module. So here I can see in HR also, we as we were discussing, HR department ensures that employee details were recorded properly, and if there are any learning and development, they're upskilling related, lot of such activities that they're going to do, right? uh, so all these details has to be updated in a separate HR module. And if you want to maintain, if you're doing an e-commerce business, or if it is a retail, the physical retail store as well, so even in that also you need to maintain the inventory. You need to know the order, how much stock is available, and how many orders that you're receiving, and you need to plan your stock as well. Let's say if you're running out of the stock, you need to place an orders with the vendors. All such activities that are going to happen within the inventory management module. And if you're into production itself, like if you're manufacturing or if you're producing some goods, you need to have the resources that are available, right? That allocation of the resources. Let's say 100 quantity, 100 kg, that you have a raw material to produce any chocolates or any biscuits. So this allocation, how do you want to use this one? And you'll have to decide, you will have to divide the time frame. Let's say 5 days for preparation of raw materials, and to procure the raw materials, and 5 days to start mixing up them, and 5 days to packing, or any 3 days to sell. So the lot of activities that are going to involve within production also, right? And multiple departments are also going to be part of this one. At the end of the day, it starts with the procuring the raw materials and selling the product in the market. So between these, lot of activities will be there. Uh, you will start preparing, mixing ingredients, any other flavors, and you'll have to quarantine them. You'll have to keep it in a you'll have to store it for 2-3 days, and once they are dried up, they'll need to pack. So all these activities will go through there are a lot of steps that are involved in any of the production or manufacturing, right? Each and every activity has to be recorded. So ERP should support the production module as well. So these are few commonly used modules at a business point of. And apart from this, we also have a supply chain management module, right? Procurement and sourcing, and master planning will be there. Subscription billing will be there. Fixed assets will be there. Let's say if you're into travel business, your business is into travels. 100 vehicles you have got. 100, if you're a tour operator or any fleet management company, right? So 100, like Redbus. I mean, Redbus, they don't own any vehicles. But like, if you're into any private travels, you got 20-30 buses will be there. You need to maintain the details of each and every the bus. The serial number is the condition of the bus, and if there are any, what is the value of the bus, and how many what is the repair cost that you're incurring for to maintain all these buses, right? The maintenance cost, all this is also one of the module that will call it as a transport and logistics. So ERP should support all such modules as well. So what is the advantage to have such ERP, right? So the most important is to get share the data to help to ensure that the customer is not, he's being shared the right information. At the end of the day, any business that works with the success of the customer only, right? I mean, to ensure that your customer is not facing any problems. So in order to, let's say customer has placed an order for 100 quantity laptop, and you do not have a proper system, and you just accepted the order, later you will tell the customer we do not have the stock. So definitely that is going to create a problem that will give a negative impression to the customer. So that is the reason it is always necessary that the data that you're going to have in your system, it should provide you the real time updates. How does that is possible is that is with the help of ERP. And this is as we were discussing, right? Real time insights. As soon as you start, placing an or you receiving an orders from the customers, immediately if you're running out of the stock, you should stop receiving an orders. So for that, it is always necessary to have a real time assets, real time, the information or updates. And definitely this is going to help you to make a to plan your inventory, or to take a decisions. So all these are possible. Excuse me. So when you have a proper ERP system, also a number of vendors will be there in the market. So you will have to ensure that the terms and conditions as per your requirement and as per the customer requirement, right? You need to ensure that the vendor details are also maintained. Even though the same HP laptop you can directly procure from the HP manufacturer, or else many resellers will be there. If you purchase the product from the resellers, whether they are going to give you the same warranty or guarantee or any of the service related warranties, and the quality, if it is a damage, all such, the historical performance also you have to evaluate. So how is that possible? Again, that for that you need to have a vendor management module. You need to ensure there's a checklist that you need to follow before you shortlist any vendor, right? All such real time business scenarios that you need to, if you want to use all such real time business scenarios to in your daily course of business, right? The ERP should support all such features as well. And apart from that, nowadays most of the transactions or the activities that we are doing on daily basis, they are being automated. Earlier it used to be, I mean, it's evolve the I mean the ERP or the business is evolving rapidly, and according to that the ERP should support. So earlier we never used to have a online payments, right? Like GPay, phone pay. Now GPay, phone pay, or any other UPI payments has become very common. So your business should be ready to accept those payments as well. And apart from that, invoice processing, let's say some thousands of invoices that you receive, that you will have to dispatch it to the customers on daily basis. Some hundreds 200 orders you are receiving from the customers. As soon as they place an order and the payment is done, immediately invoice has to be sent to the customer. Or once the goods are dispatched to the customer, invoice you will have to send it to the customer. So all the regular activities can be automated. So that is how you can, if you say manually, if you need to generate, if you need to type the invoices, the details, definitely it is going to take time. So of course nowadays a lot of softwares are there. Yeah. So even the ERP also should support all such the regular business activities. And if you have a access to all the modules, right, so definitely you can, as we were discussing, the most important is the decision making. So once you have the proper the information, definitely you can plan. See, the sales and marketing, they do not know what is the inventory that is available, right? So whatever the updates that are being shared to the sales and marketing by the sales and marketing team, by the inventory team. So because it is inventory management team, they need to ensure whether the stock is available or not. So sales and marketing team, they will be focusing only on their campaigns, ads related. So if you the cross functional, I mean, when I say cross functional teams, multiple teams will be there. Like, GL team, financial. If there are is let's say if there is any problem with the payment, accepting the receiving the payments from the customers. So sales and marketing team should have an access to that information. They should be updated on timely basis. So or many such details. Let's say if your company is planning to start a new business, like apart from the so far you're selling only laptops and mobiles. Now you started selling any other accessories as well, right? So sales and marketing team, if you have the proper information that is being cascaded to the sales and marketing team, they will start promoting those as well. So all these activities are possible only with the help of when there is an integration with all the modules. So ERP, as we were discussing, ERP is nothing but the software, right? So there are a number of such ERPs that there in the market. Most popular ERPs are Microsoft Dynamics 365 and SAP and Oracle. Apart from these three, there are small, mid-size and small ERPs are there. So we will be discussing more details about the importance of Microsoft Dynamics 365 ERP and what all modules will be there, and as a career opportunities as a ERP consultant. So irrespective of the education background, I mean, when I say irrespective, like BCom, BBM, BSc, MBA, engineering, most apart from this, any other science or medical related, most of the engineering or any other commerce background students, or if you're if you want to change your if you want to switch your career from non-IT or to IT jobs, right? We will be discussing more the details about all these queries in the coming videos. So I would request you to watch the next videos as well. Yeah, thank you so much.